Welcome back to Chat Like a Native. You know, if you've ever worried that your English, maybe in an email or even just talking to someone, sounds a bit stiff or maybe too correct, almost like not quite human. Well, this conversation is definitely for you. We're going to show you some really small, practical changes you can make, things that instantly make your English sound friendlier, more confident, and definitely less like you're reading off some template. It's all about simple choices, really, that signal connection. And we'll cover the most powerful ones pretty quickly, just in the next few minutes, so you can start controlling how formal or, how natural you sound right away.
Yeah, that gap you mentioned between textbook English and how people actually talk, it can feel huge sometimes.
Yeah.
And often the quickest way to close it isn't about piling on more vocabulary. It's actually about taking away the stuff that gets in the way of connecting.
Exactly. But hang on, before we jump into the bigger ideas, let's do a quick warm-up. Something really common in fast, casual speech, phrasal verbs. They often get sort of mashed together when people speak quickly.
Okay, yeah. Let's take put off. P-T-O-F-F. It just means to postpone something. Now, native speakers often run these words together. That final T sound in Beal put almost sticks right onto off. Listen, put off, put off. Try saying it after me. Really try to blend those sounds. We had to put off the meeting.
Good. Try again. Put off
Yeah.
the meeting. Put off the meeting. See how much quicker and smoother that feels compared to saying put off the meeting. Blending sounds like that. It just signals you're relaxed, you're confident.
That little tweak, it moves you away from that super careful word-by-word way of speaking that sounds so formal.
Okay, great. So let's dive into the first big concept for making your style more relaxed. This is really key to sounding human. Get personal and contract the distance. Basically, make your language sound like it's coming from a person, not some instruction manual.
And the fastest way to do that, contractions. Seriously, if you're writing out I am, you are, we have, it is, writing them out in full, that immediately creates a bit of distance.
Right. So why do contractions, like it's makes such a big difference? Is it just about being faster?
Well, speed is part of it, sure,
Yeah.
but it's mostly about rapport,
Mm.
connection, contraction signal informality, comfort. You tend to use them with people you feel, relaxed around. If I write, I am writing to inform you that I will arrive late, it feels formal, like I'm keeping you at arm's length.
Yeah, it sounds like an old-fashioned telegram or something, really stiff.
Exactly. No, listen to the natural version. I'm just letting you know I'll be a bit late.
Hmm.
See, those three contractions, I'm letting you know, which is informal phrasing, and they show comfort, efficiency, makes the whole thing instantly friendlier.
And the second tip here builds right on that, actually using the words you and we. So much formal writing tries to avoid talking directly to the person, right? Which leads to these really stiff, awkward sentences.
hmm When you use you and we, you're actively closing that gap between you and the listener. The language feels alive because, well, there are actual people involved. Formal English might say something like, it has been decided that the team will review the document.
Ugh, that sounds so detached, like who decided? Which team? It hides everything.
Precisely. It often comes from this need for bureaucratic neutrality or something.
Yeah.
The natural way is just, we've decided that our team will review the document. Boom. Now there's ownership. Real people making choices.
Okay, let's start putting this into practice right now. Give this a go with us. I'll give you a super formal sentence. It uses both these distancing tricks. Ready? The user is advised to contact us if they have further questions.
Oof. The user is advised. That's classic template language, isn't it? A much better, more casual way to say that would be, you should contact us if you have any questions. See, we brought you right into it. Dropped all that stiffness.
Okay, your turn now. Listening at home. Quick challenge. How would you make the sentence sound less formal? Use contractions and we. Here is. We are going to make a decision tomorrow.
Just take a second. Reword that in your head. How would you say it naturally?
The natural fix uses both a contraction and actually a simpler verb, too.
Yeah, we probably just say, we're going to decide tomorrow. Or even, we'll decide tomorrow. We kept the contraction word, or we'll deal, and we chopped out the unnecessary bit, make a decision. Which actually leads us perfectly into our next big idea. So if the first idea was about being personal, the second one is all about being clear and kind of cutting out the unnecessary fluff or ceremony. Let's call it clarity through brevity and simple words.
Yes, cutting the fluff. I like that. We see this a lot, don't we? People using what we'd sometimes call heavy synonyms. These are just complicated words that sound formal, maybe chosen to sound smart, but they actually just slow everything down.
Totally. We need simple swaps. So if you catch yourself typing regarding in an email, just swap it for about. Simple. Using assist. Change it to help. Trying to sound fancy with utilize. Please, just use. They mean the same thing in most everyday situations.
Yeah, look at the difference here. Formal. I would like to request further information regarding the issue. So wordy.
And the natural version, I'd like some more information about this, or even just, can I get more info about this? It's shorter, punchier, respects the other person's time, really.
And the other part of this idea, tip B, is sentence length. Formal writing seems to love these long, winding sentences, like a runaway train, but less formal style. It prefers one main idea per sentence. Keep it clear.
Exactly. Long sentences make your reader or listener work way too hard. Takes more brain power just to figure out the main point. I kind of think of formal language like wearing a really elaborate, maybe uncomfortable suit. You need it sometimes, sure, but most days. A simple t-shirt gets the job done easier and faster. Short sentences are like that t-shirt.
That's a brilliant analogy. And being brief means being clear. It doesn't mean being rude. Like, for example, instead of saying, I would like to apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. So long.
You can just say, sorry for the trouble this caused, or even sorry about that. It's immediate, it's honest, and it keeps things moving. No fuss.
This definitely applies to email openings too, right? Quick question for you listening. In just a regular casual work email, do you really need a long opener like, I hope this message finds you well?
Probably not.
Oh, Doc.
Pause ones, no. Definitely not if it's a quick back and forth. That level of formality can actually feel a bit weird, bit jarring. Just, hi Sam, or hey Sam, followed by a quick update about. That's usually plenty. Cut the ceremony.
Okay, and while we're cutting things, let's fix those awkward email goodbyes. People seem to struggle with closings, those really formal ones like yours faithfully or yours sincerely. They belong in like official letters to the government or something, not everyday emails.
Totally. So when you're ending a typical email, try swapping out that stiffness for something natural. Let's do a quick substitution drill. Think about replacing a formal closing with one of these. Just pick one, best or thanks, maybe talk soon, or even have a great day.
Yeah.
All of those signal warmth. They're professional, but still human.
It's amazing, isn't it, how those tiny little word choices completely change the feel of the whole message. Okay, so we've covered things to add, like contractions, personal words. Now let's talk about 3 things you really need to cut because they make your English sound super stiff. These are the common formal traps.
Okay, trap number 1. Relying too much on the passive voice. The passive voice just sounds distant, and that's because it often hides who is doing the action. The subject gets pushed to the background, or disappears completely.
Wait, hang on. Why do people use it then if it sounds distant? Is it just like a bad habit people pick up?
Sometimes it's habit, yeah, but often it's actually a deliberate choice. Maybe to avoid assigning blame or responsibility. Think about big company memos. If someone writes, mistakes were made, it sounds way less direct, less accountable than saying, our team made a mistake, or I made a mistake.
Ah, okay. So switching to the active voice isn't just clear, it's also a sign of confidence, of taking ownership.
Exactly right. So compare. Formal, passive. The report was completed by our team yesterday. Natural, active fix. Our team finished the report yesterday. See? Active voice sounds confident. It's human. It's clear who did what.
Got it. Okay, pitfall number 2, heavy linkers. These are those transition words that sound like they belong in a university essay, not a quick chat or an email.
Yeah, words like therefore, furthermore, moreover, consequently. They just add stiffness, slow things right down, use simple, everyday connectors instead. So if you find yourself writing, therefore, I will not be able to attend, just switch it, make it conversational. So I can't make it. Much better.
Right. And instead of something stuffy like, furthermore, I would like to mention, you can just say, also I'd like to add, or even just, and another thing. These simple connectors feel way more natural because that's how we actually link ideas when we talk.
And our third trap, which we kind of touched on earlier, is what we call noun mountains.
Noun mountains. Okay, let's define that clearly. What exactly is a noun mountain?
It's when you take a perfectly good, simple verb, an action word, and you turn it into a big, clunky noun phrase. Usually you stick in with a weak verb like make, or give, or provide, or have. It just makes your English sound heavy, less direct. Like instead of just considering something, you give consideration.
Oh, I see. Overlap. Okay, so instead of just deciding, you make a decision. That's a noun mountain.
Exactly. Formal noun mountain. We will make a decision tomorrow. Clean, simple verb fix. We'll decide tomorrow. Instantly cleaner, fewer words. Other examples you hear all the time. Provide assistance just becomes help. Give an explanation becomes explain. If you want to sound casual and clear, always go for the strong verb over the long noun phrase.
Okay, fantastic. Let's do a really quick check now. See if these ideas are starting to stick. We need to test how you apply this stuff, not just remember the words. Ready? Question 1. Rewrite this sentence. Make it less formal. Use a contraction and a personal pronoun. Sentence. It is necessary that the customer informs us immediately. How would you fix that?
Okay, the best rewrite there is probably something like, you should let us know immediately. Or even, please let us know right away. We brought you in, cut the formal stuff like necessary, and used let us know instead of informs us.
Perfect. Question 2. Take this formal sentence and flip it to the active voice. Make it sound confident. Sentence. The financial forecast will be reviewed by me on Monday.
Right, that's passive. Much better, much more direct to say, I will review the financial forecast on Monday. Or even, I'll review the financial forecast Monday. Put the I right at the start.
Excellent. Last one. Let's say you want to close an email. You want to be polite but quick. How would you shorten this pretty demanding phrase? I look forward to your immediate response.
Yeah, immediate response sounds quite formal and a bit bushy, doesn't it? A great short alternative. Maybe just let me know. Or perhaps, looking forward to hearing from you. Much friendlier, less demanding. Nicely done, everyone. Let's pull all this together now. 3 key takeaways you can start using, like today. First, always try to be personal. Use those contractions. Use simple, everyday words, remember, about instead of regarding. Second, keep your sentences short and direct. Cut out the long, flowery openings and closings. They just waste time, really. And third, be active and confident. Ditch that passive voice whenever you can. And break down those mage. Noun mountains use strong verbs like decide instead of make a decision.
Okay, this is where the real learning happens, practice. So here's a challenge for you. Sometime today, find one formal email you've received, or maybe a formal document you have. Just pick 5 sentences from it and rewrite them to sound less formal using the tips we talked about. It really helps build that muscle memory. Want to try one right now? Okay, rewrite this sentence. Kindly be informed that I will not be available tomorrow. How would you make that sound natural?
A great natural way to say that, using brevity, maybe a contraction, something like, just a heads up, I won't be available tomorrow, or just let you know I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah.
See? Relaxed, clear, human.
Exactly. Remember, sounding less formal, it's not about using slang or being unprofessional, not at all. It's about learning to control your level of politeness, dialing it up or down so that you sound fundamentally human, approachable. And when you can control your formality level like that, you really control how people connect with you instantly.
Well said. Thank you so much for joining us for this really important chat about communication style. We really hope this helps you feel more natural, more confident starting right now.
Yeah, definitely. And next time, we're going to explore the very strange, sometimes confusing world of common English idioms, specifically the huge number of them that use food. You seriously won't believe how often we talk about bread and butter or spilling the beans. Should be fun. Talk soon.